Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about chapter number 3 of Concise Mathematics of class 8th, and the topic I have taken up is square and square roots. Right? In geometry, from class 3rd onwards, you start hearing about a geometrical figure called a square. This square is also a new word for you and it is used in arithmetic. Right? Now, we will take up first of all what is a square. It is like an operation, okay? It is multiplying a number by itself. Suppose I have a number 6. Suppose I have a number 6. And if I multiply this 6 by another 6 only, okay? So, the operation is how it goes, that multiplying a number by itself. 6 I multiplied with 6 only. Okay, so what do we get? We will get 36, all of you know, right? Now, in order to write it in a proper form, 6 multiplied by 6, because we are multiplying 6, how many times? 6 is being multiplied, how many times? Multiplied 2 times, okay? 2 times. Therefore, we can write 6 cross 6 in other form as 6 to the power 2. How do we pronounce it? That 6 raised to the power 2. Okay? And this raised to the power 2 is known as square. Okay? Then how do we read this? That 6 square. We can read it as 6 square is 36. It means this is our index, this is our power, or we call it as exponent also. Whenever there is power 2, how we will get power 2? When the same digit is multiplied or the same number is multiplied by itself. 2 times the number is multiplied, so we will write that digit 1 time and on the top we will write 2. What will be the meaning of that number raised on the top? It means that 6 raised to the power 2, or we can read it as 6 square is 36. So students, this is the meaning of square. Okay. So students, in order to discuss those properties, I have written the squares of the numbers from 1 to 10 here, right, for you. Okay. In this way, you will learn also these squares, and I will explain you properties also, right. So first number is 1 square. 1 square means 1 cross 1 and 1 ones are 1. 2 square is 2 cross 2, 2 twos are 4, and 3 square in the same way is 3 cross 3 equal to 9, 4 square is 16. This way you have to learn 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81, and 10 square is equal to 100. Okay, and in this way only, exactly same way I have written for you from 11 square up to 20 square also. Students, I want to tell you that it is most important and very much helpful to learn the squares at least from 1 to 20. Now students, I hope you all will learn this, and those who want to be very active in calculation of maths till higher classes, they definitely should learn it. Very important and very helpful, right? Now here from these only I will explain you a little properties also. See, first of all I take up all the odd numbers, right? So our first odd number is 1, right? And if I see square of 1 is 1 only, right? Then next odd number is 3 square, its square is 9. Next odd number is 5 square is 25. Okay, and if you continue seeing 7 square 49 and all the squares up to and 20 at least, if we see, we will find one very interesting fact that the square of an odd number is always odd. Okay, if the number is odd, its square is always odd. Just check, 5 is an odd number and 25 is also an odd number, 7 is an odd number, 49 is an odd number, 9 is an odd number, 81 is also an odd number. Okay, so 11 is odd number, 121 is odd. So like this, just see 13, 169, 15, 225, 17, 289, 19, 361. This trend follows, and what is the property? That square of an odd number is an odd number only, right? Similar process repeats for the square of even number also. Square of even number is even, 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16, 6 square is 36, and so on. Just check here. 18 square is 324, both are even numbers. Same way 20 square is 400, both are the even numbers, right? So this was very interesting property. One more thing I want to tell you is, suppose I take up the square of a plus 6. Okay, square of plus 6 means plus 6 multiplied by the plus 6 only, right? So what will be the answer? 6 6 is 36 and plus 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 only. So square of plus 6 is 36. Now I take up the square of minus 6. Okay, square of minus 6. Here again, because it is square, I have to multiply minus 6 2 times. So 6 6 are 36, and at the same time, what will be the sign in front? Sign in front will always be, here will be minus minus plus. Okay, here also plus plus 36, and here also the sign is plus. So did you notice very interesting thing here, that square of a positive number is positive, but the square of a negative number is also positive. Okay, so whether the number is negative or positive, okay, its square is always going to be positive. This is the interesting property about the squares. Again, see whether the number is positive or negative. Plus 6 square is plus 36 and minus 6 square is plus 36. Whether a number is negative or positive, its square is always going to be positive. Most interesting fact, and so many number of times you will need this fact, right? Now next topic is square root. See, square and square root are both interrelated terms. If your square is correct, you can very well find the square root of that number. Okay, so for square root also, I will start by writing the squares of some numbers. Suppose I write here 5 square. 5 square is 25. Okay, all of you know 5 square, है ना? 5 square is 25. Suppose I have to shift this power 2 to other side. Okay, if power 2 shifts to other side like this, what will remain here? Here we will be remained only with 5. Okay, and power 2, if it shifts to other side, it will become 25, and power 2 goes to other side, it will become power 1 upon 2. See, very important step, right? 5 power 2 is 25. If power shifts to other side, power 2 goes and it becomes power 1 by 2. Okay, so this power 1 by 2, if I write symbolically, see, 5 remains as it is, 25 power 1 by 2, I can write symbolically as, very carefully see the symbol like this. Okay, this symbol is the symbol of a square root, right? This is the symbol of a square root. Okay, again come to this point, that power 1 by 2 is written symbolically as square root 25. Okay, and this symbol is very important, right? This symbol actually is of the form of the letter R, right? Letter R, the way it is written in the books, right? And it has come from the Latin word radix. Latin word radix. Okay, and there the meaning of radix means a root. Okay, so we are using this symbol to represent a square root. So how you are going to read this? That 5 is, how you are going to read this? That 5 is the square root of 25. Or in other words, how can I write? That square root of 25 is 5. Is it clear? square root of 25. Okay, square root of 25 is 5. Why so? Why so? Because 5 square was 25. This is the correlation between square and the square root. One more example I take. 7 square, all of you know, is 49. Okay, if 2 shifts to other side, it will become 7 is equal to square root of 49, or square root of 49 is 7. Okay, so that is why when power 2 shifts to other side, it simply goes as square root sign. Okay, 7 square is 49, so square root of 49 is 7. This way you have to see this. Now in this connection, because we have written all the squares from 1 to 20, so there only I am going to write for you all the square roots from 1 to 20. So I feel that you will find it very interesting. I will take one example for you. I have written here 4 square is 16. Okay, if 4 square is 16, then square root of 16 will be equal to 4. Okay, and just see, if 17 square is 289, 17 square is 289, then square root of 289 will be 17. Numbers remain the same, only the symbols will change. Square of a smaller number and square root of a bigger number, right? And students, one more term I would like to tell you here, that all these numbers 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and for example here 225, 256, 289, whose square roots we know exactly, means these numbers are the whole numbers, no decimal, no fraction, right? The squares, the numbers 9, 16, 25, 36, all these numbers, okay, whose squares we know exactly, okay, whose squares we know exactly are called the perfect squares, are called the perfect squares. Like for example, if I say 144 is a perfect square, 196 is a perfect square, 289 is a perfect square, 256 is a perfect square, right? This way. Now we, next topic we have here is that now once the concept of square root is clear to you, next comes the important part, what are the methods, to find the square roots, right? So now we are going to, I will give to you the names only, and the methods I will discuss in my next video. So the two methods by which the square root of a number can be found are, first method is by prime factorization method, okay, and the second method is the name of the second method is by division method, right? So here we got the two methods of finding the square root. Okay, first method is by prime factorization method, second is by division method. Very interesting and very important for your class, and 100 out of 100 marks in this topic, 100% marks you can get if you understand these topics properly. So students, these topics, these methods I will discuss in my next video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, okay, and stay tuned for my next videos. Thank you very much for watching.